Well, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing and whoever you're doing it to, I'm Bushka on Blitz, back with another dose of love, general indifference, and this time out, Supremacy. Supremacy is the latest game mode to hit the world of tanks Blitz scene. And it's been a bit of a divisive one. People always fear change. No one likes to do things differently, and Supremacy is very different. As you can see here, we're on Temple. I'm with my good mate, Mr. Ouija, from the Grump clan, and we're pumping away, doing our level best to help humanity and bring the red team to a bitter and very quick end. There's a few things I think get overlooked about Supremacy. Supremacy is frowned upon by some. They don't like the game style. They don't like the fact that it's so quick at times. I think Supremacy is actually an excellent way of grinding tanks, especially if you're trying to grind a tank in a platoon, because for all the fact that it's lovely to just do damage in a game and to win via killing all the other 7, if you're grinding through a line, Supremacy games tend to be quicker. They have a definitive end, and you don't get some bloke in an RU-251 driving around for 2 minutes while everyone else tries to catch him, and you end up with a very painful draw. What you end up with in Supremacy is a lot of really tight, close matches that are actually a lot of fun. I enjoy the fact that, you know, smart gameplay is generally going to be rewarded a lot more readily than numpties. You can see in this one, this is a case in point. The red team, it's a really close fought battle, this, and I'm telling Ouija we're going for this Panther. And the red team make a key move here. They cap C while I'm killing this Panther too. That means that little bit of points is the difference in this game. That Tiger 2, we go and kill him now. You can see I take some ammo rack damage in a tick, and we end up killing this Tiger 2. But the fact that he capped the base in the middle of a hard-fought dogfight rather than actually going for myself or Ouija is the reason that the green team wins. The red team wins. You can see Ouija and I are in all sorts of trouble here. And it comes down to a very close thing right at the end. We take this guy out. I'm just desperately waiting for my ammo rack to repair. We've got him stuck in a corner. Ammo rack's finally done, and it's now 2 on 3. But we're in real trouble because we've got to recap the C now. If he hadn't have recapped that C, we wouldn't have needed to recap it, and we certainly wouldn't be 745 to 485 down. And that's smart gameplay, and that's one of the reasons why I love Supremacy. The Tiger 2 was probably never going to win. He was faced with a double tap if we got through that Panther, and he made a choice, and it ended up being the right one. That's not something you generally have to choose, and it's good because that's smart play and it's rewarded, and I think that's what the game should be about, and that Supremacy mode allows you to do that. Now, this is a very long Supremacy game in the end. Usually most of the games I do in Supremacy are about 3.5 to 4 minutes, and we go a little bit longer, a little bit overtime here, and you can see though 905 plays 610. Even though we've now capped that, we can't cap the B checkpoint because these guys are pushing on it. And if we had actually had the time left from the C that Tiger 2 capped, we'd have won this. We would have won it comfortably because you can see here I'm about to take out the louver, and then we move around and we're into the SU-152, and right there, track him, and then he would have been done and dusted. But dearie me, they played smart. We didn't. And Supremacy is all about taking a cap and defending it. Now, a lot of people say that the lights and the mediums are the way forward in Supremacy, and that you can't do much with the heavies and the TDs, but I don't find that to be the case at all. It's just a very different style of gameplay. Let's see here. This is me telling everyone, capping guys. Cap, 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 cap. Right? I'm all over the cappity cap, cap. We've got a very good platoon on the other team. I think there's a PLV guy, Electrol, who's been around forever. No, he's FOE, sorry. Is he FOE? I can't remember. And they're in 268s. if you're in a 183 or a big tank and you can't get to a cap, well and good. But there's generally a cap that you can drive to that's closest to you. And you're going to see here, I get to this cap and then I side scrape, I move around. This IS-7 helps out and we cap it right under the nose of the red guys. And it makes for a ding-dong battle. The whole thing goes berserk. It's so close. And you're going to see that in just a second. We're going to get a shot in on this IS-7. Happy days. Two key things. Once I cap, I get out of the cap. You should be doing this more often. If you cap a cap point, the best place to defend it is from somewhere where you've got a view of the cap point and cover. And that's generally not going to be in the cap. I try for a glory shot here on the 268, but only succeeded in doing just under 600 damage on him. Now there's a Jagdpanzer E100 over there. You can see me withdrawing. I'm withdrawing in a straight line with the rock, so they can't hit me. And I'm going to try and put a shot into the Jag E100. Just a hair shot in the top. Get a full roll just about. And we're now out of the cap, and we're pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, pulling back. The rest of the team has done the wrong thing. Now you'll see how those guys, the 140 and the other medium on our team, pushed around behind. They owned the C cap. If they had have stayed at the C cap and just peppered people from range, these guys would have had to push up frontally on us, and it wouldn't be 2-on-5 as it is now with Aegon and myself. And they're now recapping A because, well, there's not much we can do about it. They're right in front of us. So we're doing our best. We're in a really tough situation. But a really basic error from our team. The two mediums, and this is something you need to be doing in Supremacy more often. Once you've got two flags, hold. Hold the bloody caps. Get yourself in a really strong defensive position and make them come to you. As it is, Aegon and I are stuck over here now, and I'm just hoping that this 268, who's trolling me at the moment, trolls forward a little bit too far and draws the shot. And he's being a little bit bolshy, and he goes too far forward, and Brian BS cops it. Now, we're now on to, I think this is the Electrol, and it's 2-on-3. So Aegon takes out the E100, I take out that 268, get the next 268, and the E100 gets taken out by Aegon. Really tough here. I think that was that Erwin Rommel? I'm not sure. And this IS-7 misses a key shot, and I am just now looking at the numbers. I'm not trying to do damage. I'm trying to roll backwards and let the cap count go through. It's 935, 940, and we get the IS-7. And the reason I push up here and try and make him back off is I'm hopeful that the hill is too high and his gun depression won't allow him. Look at this, 970. Unfortunately, wow, another tough loss. Another tough loss. I think we did over 6k in that one. And you'll see how we defended that cap point. And if the rest of the team had defended the two cap points we owned, or even just held those two cap points and stopped them from getting the third cap point, it would have been an easy win. Now this one is interesting. See, I pushed all the way down here, but I can see that they actually have a bunch of meds. So I'm expecting them to contest A. So rather than go straight to the cap, and you've got to be thinking like this all the time, I'm going to get round on the flank of anyone who's looking to contest the cap and to really push up on it and own the area of the cap. And that's this poor E50M. And I've realised the shot there is probably not the best. I'm going to push around into this E50M and get a shot from the right on him. Take one in return. What can you do? And just backing it up. Making him come forward. Letting him waste one. Now, they've capped B already. And they've got a really strong presence. And they could own C quite comfortably because we don't have any tanks up there at all. And this is the tactical side of things that I'm talking about. it's really important to remember that we don't own a cap yet. Even though we've cleared this E50M out, it took us a little while, and we've now got this FV4202. So I'm pushing up on the right here, and there's a Leopard PTA on my right as well. So we're already down by 110 points on the cap. This is one of the reasons why I really enjoy Supremacy, because it's constant tactics. You've always got to be thinking about it, and there's always a key objective in mind. Now, we're now down a couple of tanks as well. Things are getting rough. So I've got no choice. We've got to get that A capped. We've got to clear these guys. They're sniping down. They own B. They've probably made the better tactical decisions as a team so far, and we're in a real spot of bother. Luckily, that Object 704 is actually getting into the cap, and we've finally got enough cover for him to actually get A capped and start getting on the board, but we're already well down on points. Now there's a PTA here. We don't have as many guns as them, but hit point wise, we're pretty level pegging. Very unlucky that IS-8, I don't know where that went, but we're down now into the PTA, and we've finally captured base A. Wow. So we're only down now after the kills, and we've now got a one tank advantage. We're only down 150 points, 160. Very, very close. Now I've looked up here and I can see that there is a Jagdpanzer E100 defending B. Good on him. It's exactly where he should be. They've also got an FV215B183 who is full hit points, and a IS-8 who should have been dead earlier. So I'm trying to get up to the Jagdpanzer E100 and keeping an eye on where the other two are. Okay, and I'm going to get to the Jag, and I'm going to try to basically COD him. Or if not COD him, get behind him and cover off. I've got to kill him. I cannot possibly cap this while he is right there. So we're pushing forward. The IS-8 and the 183 are at the back. And this mouse guy is just being an absolute grub. He's been abusing Avon and I. I don't know why he's so keen on calling us idiots. I've done nothing but carry his hopeless self so far, but, you know, there you go. I've now got a 2-on-1, but I'm about to finish the Jag, and then I'll move up. There we go, Noob 140E4. I don't know who this Beshon is, but all we're doing is carrying this pointless human being. Now, it's very close. I've just got that hit. That was really unfortunate. I've now got a full hit point 183. And myself, and I can't. I drove out of the cap. Big mistake there. Big mistake. He did the right thing. He was really aggressive. He pushed up. I felt like if I had stayed still, I would have copped it. It's now really tight, and you can see the score. We are well down. Driving out of that cap was a huge error on my part, and the only way I can make up for it, while on next to no hit points, is to actually kill a next to full hit point 183, and there's a clock on me. So I'm resetting camo. What I'm trying to do is get back behind this bush so I can possibly get the first shot. But the 183 is playing really, really smart footy, as they say in the classics. He is actually not coming out, and I don't have a choice. You'll see Argon's going to tell me the six score, and I understand what he's saying. I've got to push out. There's just no choice in the matter whatsoever. And there he is. He's popped. So we get one into him, and things are very, very tight. The cap counter is moving forward, trying to reset camo again. It's going to be a close one. I've got to get a shot. I've got to bait a shot out of him. You can see here I'm pushing out. We wait, and then we're into it. 965. 975. Watch this. Dodge. Oh my good golly. Woo, that would have been a ram kill. And I had to just get rid of that bit there because I did tell the bloke from in the mouse to possibly be quiet and sit down, as he was very heavy and I just had to carry him and he wasn't very helpful. So there you go. That's Supremacy, guys. It's made for some really, really exciting gameplay. I'm enjoying it. If you have switched off, there you go, Ebasu or whatever your name is in the Lord's Clan in the mouse, 942 damage, and then carrying on like a pork chop won't really win you many friends. Idiots. 1668 base XP, which is pretty good. That's about where The mark used to be in the 140. It's been a little bit low of late. I'm not sure why. I'd like to congratulate the HKER guy in the 183 there too for an excellent game. He really played well and he did all the right things and just got unlucky at the end. That one bad shot trolled by the gun on the 183, but by the same token, he got a hell of a snapshot off on Aegon, which left me without a platoon mate. So come see, come start. Bit of swings and roundabouts. I hope you guys enjoy that game mode. I think it's brilliant. I think you should be playing it more, and it makes you use your brain, which I know some of you don't like using, but it's probably good for you for all the right reasons. You've been wonderful as always. If you haven't considered sponsoring the channel, please do. There's plenty of patrons. We've just started a patron Discord channel with a whole lot of rooms and chat, and that's probably where I'll be loitering these days, having a chat to people and just generally hanging out and doing the business. The link's up there on screen. If you do want to consider sponsoring Big Fat Aussie Tank Magic, I'd love it. You're passionate, I'm passionate, we're all passionate. Passion's the word of the day. Get it on like Donkey Kong and stay safe out there on the battlefield. Bye for now, humans.